Bunny, and I need you to ask yourself a very, very important question. Are you ready to get sassy today? Because we're gonna have a sassy DIY. This is kind of like ye old Pintertest challenge, except for I didn't find it on Pinterest. I found it on Instagram. I don't know who the original creator of this idea is. I see all of these interesting ideas on like cool DIYs, like those accounts on Instagram that kind of just like find tutorials or DIYs from everywhere, and then they compile it into one account and they credit no one. We're gonna try and make a Coke can popcorn popper today. I need some snacks. I wanna watch a movie. Let me just go ahead and get into the how to do it phase, and I'm gonna tell you guys the supplies that you're gonna need. So you're gonna need 2 Coke cans, or they could be beer cans, I guess. I don't know your life. You just need 2 cans. You are also going to need a bag of Jolly Time popcorn. It doesn't have to be Jolly Time. I just so happened to grab Jolly Time because the brand Jolly Time, it makes me feel jolly. Just need like this cornly. It is cornly. You need kernely popcorn kernels, like so. You are also going to need, very importantly, a tea light. You know, one of those little candles. This tutorial is not for the youngins because you're gonna need fire. That was overzealous. Should I be using this? Give me fire. Okay. And you're also gonna need something very sharp to be cutting those Coke cans. So I've got this razor blade on a stick, and you're gonna need something to be catching your delicious popcorn in. I've also heard that you might need like a little bit of vegetable oil to make popcorn pop. I don't know, we might need this oil. So I have a little bit of oil. Let's get into it. The very first thing that you're gonna need to do is cut one of the Coke cans. And for that, you're just going to want to, this seems very dangerous. Let's ask Mr. Gator to help me. Mr. Gator! Ooh, you've got hair in your mouth, and it's my hair. Condolences. You're gonna need to hold the Coke can, probably with something safer than an alligator puppet, and you're gonna wanna make a little slice into the can. Can you see what I'm doing here? Should I switch camera angles? I'm kind of tempted. 1 Coke can, you're in essence going to cut in half, and then you're going to cut 2 rectangular slits on either side. Fold down those little rectangular flaps and then leave the sides like so. Can you guys see that? It's like the sides, we still have some sides. We folded the flaps down. There's multiple flaps here, a flap on either side. And then the second Coke can, you're just gonna cut a flap into it. Why does everything have flaps? But what else? It flaps. What else would you call that? The cutting of the cans is definitely the hardest part of this DIY, and definitely where you've just got to be paying attention and cut cans at your own risk. Cut cans carefully. This is actually going to be where the popcorn gets popped. We're going to light the tea candle. Tricky part of the DIY. If you're me. Once again, you're just going to take that first can that we cut in half and set the tea light in there like so, very carefully. So you're supposed to go like that. Well, that was anticlimactic. Flame on. There we go. All right, looks promising-ish. I'm not gonna be overzealous here. I'm just gonna put a couple kernels in there. Drop them in here. Too many kernels. Too many kernels. I don't know how this is honestly gonna work. I'm gonna knock some more kernels in there. I put the candle out again. Okay. Ah! And my kernels are falling all over the place. Flame on. Setting this right here. No! Ah, smells like a really bad birthday cake in here. You know, where you just melting wax and candles everywhere. Nope. Flame on. Oh, not enough oxygen. All right. I'm gonna have to rethink my life. Give me a minute. Give me a minute to rethink my life. Through the power of jank, I stacked the top of the Coke can, the bottom of the Coke can. See, like I stacked the one I cut in half like that. I made this super attractive looking thing. We'll see. Oh my God. You guys, I hear it kind of making a suggestive crinkle. Like perhaps some cooking is happening. I'm gonna see if I can just like close the can up a little bit more on top. See if we can trap a little bit more heat in there. I'm gonna be honest, looking a little bit bleak. I cut the camera off because I didn't just want to film like 7 minutes of absolutely nothing happening, because that's what it's roughly been, is 7 minutes of absolutely nothing happening. I'm not sure if maybe I cut the can open too much, so there's not enough heat getting to it. It smells promising. Like when I get right here, it's like I can smell corn cooking. It's like a nice popcorny kind of fragrance, but yet we have no popcorns to munchy wunch on. So the only other thing that I'm thinking is maybe it does need a little bit of oil. So I'm gonna try and pour a little bit of oil in there. I would be so happy if we just got one kernel at this point, just one kernel. I think I cut this can open too much, honestly. I'm gonna try and like stir up the oil with the kernels. One kernel fell out and it was really hot. I don't know why we're not getting no corn. Pop it. I'll wait. I'm gonna get real up closey close with you guys right now. I wonder if you guys can hear the cooking sound. I mean, it sounds like something should be happening right now, but it's not. I really would love for this to work because, I mean, I saw it on Instagram, so I would imagine that it can work. So I thought maybe I was allowing too much heat to escape by cutting a slit so far down in the can the first time around. So I got a different soda can and I cut the opening way up at the top here. So I'm hoping that down here where the heat is happening and all of the corn kernels are sitting, I'm hoping that it will get some more heat. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it going for like 5 to 7 minutes. We'll see if any corn comes out. I will come back and I will update you guys in just a couple of minutes. Much to my sadness, I think I've got to call this one as at least like highly impractical. I've been sitting here for at least 30 minutes or so. So much so, in fact, that the tea light, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see, but the tea light has melted all of the wax. The camera is not focusing. Basically, all of the wax out of the tea candle burnt up. I took the top can off a couple minutes ago just because I was so upset that it didn't work. But right when I pulled the can off, like the entire can, it's still really hot at the bottom, but the entire can, even the little tab on the top, was very, very hot. And throughout the entire 30 to 40 minutes, I thought we were at least going to get a couple of kernels because it kept kind of making like a simmering cooking sound, and I would kind of peek down in there using my iPhone flashlight or just kind of like peeking into the can, and it looked like the oil surrounding the kernels or the oil underneath the kernels was bubbling a little bit, like almost like it was in a boiling state. So I honestly have no idea. It is a different day. I'm somehow still wearing the same clothes. I was super unhappy that I could not get this DIY to work the other day. I know that it can work because I have seen other people on YouTube get it to work, and I did see it work on Instagram. So I went back to the drawing board. I think the major problem we were having was not generating enough heat from one tea light, because the two videos that I watched do it on YouTube successfully. The first was Crazy Russian Hacker. I love his channel. He set a beer can directly onto an open flame on a stove, which obviously would generate a lot more heat than a tea light candle. And the other person I saw get it to work successfully on YouTube took one tea light candle, but they added 3 wicks to that candle. So that is what I've decided to attempt today, and fingers crossed we are going to get it to work. So I went to Walmart and I got some inexpensive candles. I believe these were less than $1 a piece. And if you lift up the sticker on the bottom, the wick easily removes out of the bottom of those candles. I then took an extra tea light candle and I did unspeakable things to it. I took this thing and I drilled a hole into the tea light in 2 other places, and I added 2 more wicks to it, and then I trimmed those wicks down so all 3 wicks are roughly the same length. So I'm gonna add a little bit, just a couple more kernels to it, and I'm going to add a little bit of fresh oil. Maybe it dried out between yesterday and today. I don't know. I'm lighting my homemade 3-wick tea light candle. Very hard to light, honestly, without accidentally lighting your finger on fire. Once again, even if I get this to work, I kind of think that this is borderline a semi-dangerous DIY. There, now you can see the 3 flames instead of just 1 flame. Now I'm going to set this, and hopefully it's not gonna immediately extinguish. That's the only problem that I'm having, is once you get the kernels and the oil in there, the top can becomes heavier obviously than like an empty can, and it starts to, you know, decrease the oxygen, which is why we have the slits cut in the can, I'm assuming, to allow oxygen to still, you know, pass through either side. But it starts to just weigh it down too much, and it wants to extinguish the flames. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of a better angle so that you can actually see. Please excuse the piles of kernels going on back here. So it is pretty loud in there, you guys. Ooh, okay, I smell something happening. You guys, this doesn't smell like a good smell though. It smells like a... Okay, this sounds much more promising than the other day. Oh my goodness. It sounds really promising. It also might explode. Maybe I should back up. Okay, yeah, so hot boiling oil is definitely like shooting out of the top. I would definitely say, like, don't put your face super close up to this process. It really sounds like something should be happening though, you guys. But every time I peek in, I don't see any actually popped corn. But there is like black smoke coming out of here. Oh my goodness. But no popped corn. Can you guys see the black smoke? This is actually maybe unhealthy. The top is, oh! We're popping corn in there. Ah! Okay, it's definitely happening now. But I think because of the angle, let me see if I can reposition it. Oh, that's hot. Hot. Okay. You guys can't see the flame now, but I'm hoping by tipping it forward. Oh, they're still trapped in there. Can you guys see? No, because nothing's in focus. Focus, this is the most important part. But it's not dispensing. Oh my gosh, you guys, the tea candle has almost extinguished. Like in 7 minutes. But you can really hear them now. That's so exciting. So before I change camera angles, I just want to dump this out. This is so hot. It's actually kind of burning my fingers. But I just want to show you guys, we did get some popcorn and some of it is stuck in there. But for all of our efforts, we did get some kernels of popped corn. Yay! I feel like it's time for a little victory dance, a victory dance, a victory dance, a little victory dance. But not that much of a victory dance, because while I did finally get a couple little kernely wernels of popcorn, I can say safely that I would never eat this. First of all, it smells really, really bad. And still, I may not be doing this right. I'm probably not doing this right. But from the tea lights, as you guys can see, the can got completely burnt. Look at how nasty the bottom of the can looks. And I'm not sure if you guys could tell or not, but as the popcorn was cooking, like black smoke was coming out of the can. None of that is just very appealing to me. This project is kind of messy. I think the tea light or the wax or something was so hot, it burnt through the bottom can. There's melted wax all over the table. And in 7 minutes, the 3 flames from the 3-wick candle that I made, the tea light was completely burnt out. So that's why I didn't leave it burning longer to see if even more popcorn would pop. I do think that you can get popcorn to pop with a tea light and 2 soda cans, actually with many, many candles, several wicks, 2 days of your life devoted, lots of fire, sort of burning yourself, spilling hot wax everywhere, but you can get it to work, you know, if you're on Thanksgiving break and you're super bored. But I don't know what sort of like post-apocalyptic world I'd have to be living in before I would use this for practicality's sake. It is pretty fun. It was definitely fun to try. I'm glad that I was persistent and I finally got it to work, but I don't think I would recommend this DIY to you guys. With all the metal cutting and stuff, it can get a little bit messy and it could potentially hurt you. I mean, cans will cut you. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Thumbs up for perseverance and multiple camera angles and lots of corn being popped. I don't know, it smells like popcorn and also burning. It's confusing, but it does have that crunch. Nice. Thank you guys so much for being here today and for watching. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit that button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Swamp Family, and give an alligator its swings. Also, if you'd like, you can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/graveyardgirl, or you can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram @graveyardgirl. Same way it's spelled here. Also, thumbs up if you've missed Pintertest challenges. I think it's been a hot minute since I've done any of them. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to see more. If you've made it this far in the video, comment jelly beans down below. That way I know who actually stuck around for the whole thing. Bonus points if you do. I love you guys so much, and I just kicked the tripod. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye!